What I want to do today is give a little update on what happened this year and a little also last year of the finds that we had at es-Safi. And as I thought the very cute little title for the talk, From the Iron Age to the Iron Dome, although I will deal with things not only the Iron Age period, but you'll excuse it. It was too catchy a title not to use. So let's start. Well, I'm sure many of you are familiar where the location of es-Safi is. It's in the southern coastal plain of Israel, what we call, in biblical terms, Philistia, on the border between the eastern side of the coastal plain and the western side of the Judean foothills, the Shfela. And it's one of the 5 cities of the Philistine Petapolis, well known from the biblical text, well known also archaeologically. And we've been excavating there. The project started in 1996, so in fact, we're soon going to be celebrating our 20th year in the field. And we've had a lot of very interesting finds over the years. We've excavated various parts of the site, but the site is a very large site, and at certain periods it reaches the size of about 50 hectares, which makes it one of the largest pre-classical sites in the land of Israel. And as you can see, if the entire site is something like this, these are the excavation areas that we've excavated, and it's only a small portion of what's going on there. And I assume that, within 5 or so years, I'll decide I've had enough of excavations at es-Safi, and I will have touched maybe at most 2 to 3% of the site and left plenty for the next generation of archaeologists to work on. But before we get to the archaeology, how can you skip what went on in the summer? And we started the summer with just a normal run-of-the-mill summer. And on the 3rd or 4th day of excavation, we were opening up a new square, and we came upon a little metal object right over here, and it turned out that it was a mortar shell that had landed, had been shot during the War of 1948, the Israeli War of Independence, and just by chance landed over there. And of course, we didn't take a chance. We called the bomb squad, and they took it out. And we thought that would be the excitement for the season. And lo and behold, that same evening, it all started. Okay, well, I had a great clip of the rockets attack coming up over on us, and the Iron Dome shooting it down. Anyway, so we basically for about 3 weeks excavated while the rockets were flying from Gaza. And what we basically did is, in addition to the fireworks that we saw every night, we would have to go into the shelter if the air siren went off when we were on the kibbutz, and when the Iron Dome would shoot down the rockets, so you'd get these sort of like white clouds. They sort of look like how do you call it? Jellyfish. They sort of look like jellyfish, and shoot them down. But when we were in the field, we had natural trenches to get into. So they told us just to lie down in the trench and wait till you hear the time passes, and you go on working. So as you can see, most people took it with a sense of humor, and basically, what a choice did we have for it? But we continued working, and I would say to a certain extent, the fact that we continued working is, it's also not to let the terror win. You got to keep on your life. It's not comfortable. It's threatening. There are people out there that want to kill you, but you got to keep on going. And here you can see the various periods of the site that we've excavated over the last 20 years, starting from the early Bronze Age at the bottom, 3rd millennium BCE, and all the way through to the modern periods and the Palestinian village of es-Safi, which was abandoned in 1948 by the by the Palestinian villagers during the Israel War of Independence, and everything in between. And I will be briefly mentioning, going through finds from the early Bronze Age, the EB, the late Bronze Age, the LB. That's about between 1500 and 1200 BC. The early bronze is the 3rd millennium BCE. The Iron One from about 1200 to about 1000, more or less. The Iron One 2 around before and after 1000, and the Iron 2A and 2B, which is from about 1000 till about 586 BCE, and perhaps mention here and there some other things as well.